I'm going to talk about a cross pen. And if I understood this correctly, this is the pen that is used by Barack Obama. Obama. How should I say that? Alabama. Obama. I'm not sure. Anyway, you know the guy. He is the President of the United States of America. So, here we have the box. I like these cross boxes. I think they're very nice. Simple, nice, distinguished, but nice. Open it up like this. Then you get a little booklet. Haven't even opened it up yet. Where's my knife? No, I do not use samurai swords to open up this kind of stuff. You get some information and some more information in extremely small print. You see that? Well, it's small. You need a microscope to read it, but that's fine. Here we have the Cross Century 2 President. I'll discuss the past of the pen. I'll tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and I'll do a writing sample. And that's all there's to it. So, it has some nice features. This is a slimmer pen than I would usually buy, but it was on sale, and I thought, why not? I'd heard some good things about the Cross, so here we go. The cap. Chrome, nice, not particularly heavy, but it has some nice things to it. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but it has these nice little ribs, which I like. It gives it a nice sort of distinguished look. It says cross here and it says cross there, so there's absolutely no doubt this is a cross pen. Then on top here you get this nice sort of convoluted shape with a little black ring and a black dot on top, and I think it's nice. Actually, it looks a bit like a hollow point bullet. Maybe that's just me, but because of the weird black hole, it kind of gave me that feel. I'm sorry. The clip, well, it has some nice spring to it. It's a bit tight, but it will hold your pen in place. And then we have this nice little ring there, which I kind of like. Okay, there we have the pen. Now, the pen, I hope you can see that. I think because of the lighting you can. There are these nice little ribs there too. So it has the same ridges as the cap has. And this makes for a very pleasant feel. It's very pleasant to hold this pen. Plastic grip section, somewhat tapered, and then these metal rings. The nib is a medium. Oh, it's not a medium, it's a fine. I thought I got a medium. Doesn't matter. It's actually a pretty decent nib. It has some, sorry about my surprise, or sorry about this. It has some nice etchings in it. Cross, pretty fascinating nib. I found it to be nice. It has this really thick feed. I'm not sure whether you can see that very well. What I don't really like about that is that it's pretty easy to hit the paper with the feed instead of with the nib, especially if you have a writing angle as I have. If you hold your pen like this, it's not an issue. If you move down, it may be. And I had a bit of an issue with that, actually. Now I have ink on my finger, but who cares? Okay, now we have the barrel. The barrel is metal, so that's pretty decent, gives it a bit of weight, because it is a fairly fine and narrow pen, as you can see. Then we have the converter. This is the cross converter type that doesn't screw in, that you just slide in. Those, I think the screw-in converters are orange, and these one have a greenish tinge, which is actually kind of nice. Usually they're just clear plastic. I kind of like the color. It even says cross in the converter, so cross is everywhere. It's amazing it's not actually on the section, but then again, it is on the nib. Okay, what about the size of the pen? Well, pretty decent. Not the biggest of pens, but definitely not the smallest either. And when you post it, you get this nice, pretty big pen, which is a little top heavy because you got the metal barrel and then the metal cap, and the section is just plastic. So I think this pen would also work well unposted. Okay, what do I like about it and what do I not like about it? Well, it's a pretty narrow pen, pretty, fine. It's not very wide. If you compare it to something like TWSBI VAC 700, then you'll see what I mean. It's a very fine pen, but then again, it also gives it a bit of a distinguished look, which I like. What I also like is that you can pull out the feed and the nib. I'm not going to do that now because there's a converter in there, but that's easy for cleaning. I really love it when I can do that to a pen. It's easy to post, it's easy to use. I really have no complaints. I like this pen. So, next up is a writing sample, and that's all there's to it. So I hope this was useful, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Alright, here we go with the Cross Century 2 President. This summer, there will be a president who does stuff with fountain pens. The ink you've recognized as Leader T, one of my favorites. You don't see the shading that well. It's a fairly fine nib, I would say. And it's also pretty hard, so you'll see that later on. Okay, here we go. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. I should be a movie guy. I'm sure I can actually lend my voice to movie trailers. The lazy dog. I have to practice a bit. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog with a president made by Cross. Or something like that. Anyway, shading. I'm just drawing a patch of ink here. As you can see, it is very even. No white bits, nice and wet. I really like that. It's a good nib. The feed I can write quickly, and the feed keeps up. There was a bit of a skip there, but that was because I turned the pen. So that's not about the pen. So that the feed keeps up. Good feed. That's a good thing. A good thing. Alright, let's take a look at some flex. There was a pen with flex appeal. I didn't think that up. Someone put that in a comment. Flex appeal. There isn't much. I can squeeze out a little bit, but it's not much. So if I add more pressure, when he adds more pressure, you don't really see an awful lot of line variation. There was no line variation. Is it working out? Would you want to see this movie? Anyway, it doesn't do much. It's a hard nib, so don't expect any line variation. Okay, well, I guess that's it. I've shown you everything. He was done. Thank you. No, this wasn't an F, sorry. Thank you. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.